Hey everybody, Big Nose. Trying to CQ thing here. Boom! I'm back, bitches. Boom. Boom. Actually, no, never left. CQ, your video's coming up, mate. Get ready, it's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna start putting that together this weekend. Got a little bit of some snippets put in the works already. It's gonna be some hops, it's gonna be some beers, gonna be some body parts, it's gonna be some various other chemicals, and perhaps the odd bodily function thrown in for shits and giggles. Shits and giggles. Sorry, pardon my language. Shits and giggles. Sammy coming at you from Under the Stairs Brewing Company, everybody. Hope things are well with you. This is Homebrew Wednesday for June the 19th, 2013. June the 19th, let me check. Yep, June the 19th. So, cheers. This is the Kitchen Sink IPA. Came in at 4.7, lovely and bitter. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of the Eden barley malt that I use as one of my fermentables in here. If anybody wants the recipe, send me a comment in the comment section below and I'll gladly send it to you. It's tasty. It's really, really good. It's the barley really gives it a nice bitter punch, and then on the back end you get a hint of citrus and almost grapefruit from the Cascade hops. And there's a little bit of pine in there as well. Now, I'm not really sure that's coming from the Cascade or not, but I'm not overly familiar with the Willamette hop. So if someone could do me a favor, throw me a comment down below and let me know sort of what flavors I'd be feeling. But I'm getting some citrus, some pine, and some there's something else there that's really hard to place. It's not stinky feet or soggy mushrooms or anything like that. It's really quite tasty. So I'm very, very pleased with this beer. This is the Kitchen Sink IPA, called Kitchen Sink because I had 4 different fermentables in it, plus two different types of hops. So, as well as the Cooper's Brewmaster Select IPA kit. So buy that kit. It's honestly for like, I got it on sale. It's like 13, 14 bucks. All said and done, I think this whole batch of beer was like ran me, after the fermentables and the hops, maybe $25, $26 Canadian. And for 20 liters of beer, I'll take that. And it's Wednesday, so I'm allowed to have a beer, even though I had one yesterday. Actually, I had 2 yesterday after cutting them on, but I felt it was deserved. Which brings me to my next little adventure. My American IPA, all grain, brew in a bag, called the Angry Beaver. I couldn't just stick with, American IPA. Gelder recommended American IPA, which made me giggle. My friend Sean recommended something else, Fuzzy Merkin IPA. Now, if you want to know what a Fuzzy Merkin is, just Google it. It involves female anatomy and, various other sundries. Maybe how. Sean, you are still the man and always will be the man, by the way. So I named it Angry Beaver. Angry Beaver for a couple of reasons. Being Canadian, hence the beaver is one of our, national emblems, I'm angry because the fermentation was out of hand. I've used the Safel American US05 yeast before. This went flippin' bonkers. I mean, I got a huge amount of headspace there, but the fermentation lock was just like, it was going like nuts. Nothing I'd ever seen before. Nothing with the apple ciders, nothing with the hopped apple cider, nothing with anything else I've seen before. The closest thing I've seen to it was actually on Brewmaster's. I can't remember what his name was. I'll figure it out. Put it down here. He did a video on the turbo yeast, and that's what it reminded me of. It was just like going non-stop. So angry, hence an angry fermentation, and beaver. Or think of another thing that reminds you of a beaver. I'm not going to say anything else, because one might deem that as mildly offensive or grossly offensive. And that's what I don't want to be. So, I'm very happy to report that my third all-grain brew in a bag ended up at 1.060 from a starting gravity. My target was 1.062. So sorry, 1.062. So I am absolutely chuffed. I am so pleased with that the way that it turned out. I want to thank Mr. Sparty 1995, Chubby Glutton, and Gelder on bubblesandchalk.com for the words of encouragement, as well as Nick for your words of encouragement as well, mate. Appreciate it very much, buddy. But also more importantly regarding the various other formulas which I had no flipping clue about. You know, in terms of like water absorption. I based it on also amount of water per kilogram of grain. I based this formula on 4 liters of water per kilogram of grain. So I had 11 pounds total in my grain bill, which worked out to 4.98 kilograms. Multiply that by 4 liters equals 19.92 liters of water. So my strike volume was 5.26 gallons. A little bit of metric to imperial conversion there just to keep things exciting, fun, and new. Kind of like life in general. Then also absorption rate, which I had no idea. I mean, yeah, I knew it absorbed it, but I banked on like 0.1 gallons per pound of grain, which gave me an absorption rate of 1.1 gallons. So take that into an account. Want my pre-boil volume to be 6.25 gallons. And my sparge volume was 2.09 gallons because my pre-sparge or my post-mash volume, I plan on being 4.16. So that being said, I ended up with my post-boil volume to be just shy of 22 liters. So I'm very, very happy with that. I don't know if it's if I'm ever going to get any closer, but obviously I'm certainly going to try hard. But honestly, for efficiency and numbers, I'm very, very pleased. And the smell coming out of this thing, it smells great. I want to cut open my stomach and rub it directly on my liver. That's how good it smells. It's quite perfumey, and I have had zero complaints from you know who upstairs, which is even better. So I'm very happy with that. So those of you who want the recipe, send me a note. I'd love to give it to you. Dead easy. I say that now like I'm a big expert. I'm not an expert by any means. Dead easy in terms of what the recipe is and the timing and stuff. And now that I've got this sort of worked out, I'm very much looking forward to my next couple of all-grain brews. Because I'm thinking about doing my spiced brown ale. Now, when I say spiced, I've got some Scotch bonnet peppers growing in the garden. I've also got some Scotch bonnets left over from the garden from last year in the freezer, which I'm going to do that as a secondary addition, I think. Maybe do like an Irish red ale with the Scotch bonnets in there, but I've never done it with an all grain. I've always just been with like a Cooper's extract with a brown ale and a real ale. I've pitched them together, put a shitload of Scotch bonnets in there, and it's always been like really, really good. A really light, peppery punch on there. If you quaff it, it's going to give you a bit of a, you know, hoping for a toilet paper in the freezer kind of morning the next day. But it's quite tasty, and I'm a bit of a chili head myself. It's really good. So that's my plan for now, and then maybe a milk stout. I'm not really sure. Sort of working on some ideas because we're in what, June now, July, Canada Day, long weekend coming up. So this is going to be for that primarily. Hopefully should hopefully have some of the kitchen sink left. But then also in August, got to brew a couple batches in July for August, the August 3rd weekend. Nick and Dan, you know what I'm talking about. Muskoka Beer Fest. If you're up in Muskoka, Ontario, Canada, come on up. It is Saturday, August the 3rd at Annie Williams Park. We have a great microbrewery presence in Muskoka, and a fantastic gastropub that goes out of their way to make this thing happen, and it looks really, really great. Some great brewers from, I touched on it before in the other video, so if you wanted to go back and look at those. But yeah, it should be fun. So cheers to that. And cheers to the summer. And, fucking growing on me, I'm loving it. So that's really about all that I have for now. So, yeah, it's really about all I got. This weekend, yeah, I'm starting to finish off put together the CQ video. So there'll be the odd beverage consumed, I'm sure. Maybe I'll just put a bit of mascara around here because I can't really grow a goatee. I tried. People called me Patches. Yeah, it's like chest hair. I can't grow chest hair either. Anyway, that's something for later to be discussed. But that's really about all that I have, you guys. So again, thank you so much for all of your comments and your subscriptions and watching the videos. It means a huge amount to me that you're taking the time to watch the videos. So happy. like I said before, I do this because I really enjoy what I'm doing. I love sharing my knowledge with you, as limited as it may be. I'm hoping that at least one thing I say, somebody will take into consideration, be able to apply it to, the hobby that, we all love and share and enjoy. Because for me, like I've said many, many, many times before, it's not necessarily about drinking the beer, although that is a wicked, wicked benefit. It is doing something that you really enjoy doing, and then more importantly, sharing it with somebody that you love, honor, and respect, that passing that knowledge on to them. So it's not just about beer. I mean, for me, there's beer, there's gardening, there's cooking, there's all that stuff. But for now, and for me to you guys, it's about sharing my experience about homebrewing to you and my adventures in it. And on August the 3rd weekend, Nick, Dan, and I are going to be putting together a full batch of our. We're going to do combined. We're going to do a ginger apple cider, because the MGB, Mum's Ginger Beer, has been a huge hit. I'm loving that. Nick made a batch and says it's great, so I can't wait to try his. And then we're going to combine it with some apple cider, because the apple cider is, we've been tweaking it, working it here, there, and there. We've been adding hops and whatever, but I think this time we're just going to focus on doing a ginger apple cider, because the apple cider has been great. And then back sweetening it, I think Nick's got a line on some artificial sweetener that he picked up at some store. I can't remember. I was looking at sucralose or the Splenda substitute, whatever, which is good. I'm going to add some more in the next batch, I think, and go from there. So any ideas, pass them along. We're going to do a little bit of a pseudo, if you will, collaboration brews. That would be fun. So maybe if we remember, I mean that by if we remember, if we are not too hammered or pissed or drunk or discombobulated to record it, we will. But no promises. So that's about all that I have. So I want to say thank you again so much for liking the videos, liking my Facebook page, following me on Twitter, checking out my blog, even though I haven't really done much with it, and liking and shit and sharing and all that stuff. I want to thank you very much for that. Also, Sarnia Beer Fest, July 4th, 5th, I think. Down there, shoot some video of that, hopefully, get that up, and we'll go from there. So yeah, this is Sammy from Under the Stairs Brewing Company saying cheers, pro, sláinte, all the good stuff. If you're going to do something, do it with a home brew. And take care, everybody, and be safe. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers. Life's good. Life's very good indeed. Take care, everybody, and cheers, and all the best.